Hey, you're on. This is a new camera, so
Hey, what's up, everybody?
hey, I just wanted to. That was funny. I just wanted to ask the difference between a national and a United States citizen. Is there
Excellent,
one?
excellent question. Yes,
Simple.
United States citizen is somebody under the corporate jurisdiction of the United States and is listed on the NASDAQ as human capital, which means that they are technically the inbred or the perpetual preferred stock of the United States corporation, which means that they're not listed as real people. They're not listed as real people because the United States has them listed as human capital. You can look it up. Human capital means the same as a bunch of ones and zeros. These are not, they don't look at you as an individual living soul because the state is set up as a corporation. And all corporations in the world have been put under the jurisdiction of the Roman Curia since 1213. People think that the Magna Carta and that the Constitution of the United States was basically broke that yokehold that the Vatican or the Pope had on the world, but it did not. Unless you can declare that you are outside of the so-called corporate state, that's when you become a national. Once you become a national, what you are saying is that you are represented by a free national association, i.e., a free national government that is connected to a republican form of government, which is a representative form, meaning that you are of the land by which you were born. And according to the laws of nationals all over the planet, we all basically are a part of the family of nations. So when you are a national, you are in the family of nations. When you are a citizen of the United States, you are under the United Nations, which means that you are a quasi corporate slave that is under the jurisdiction of an illegal government. The United States is an illegal government or is seen as a rogue government because it is not actually a country. It is a corporation. You can go online to the Delaware corporations website, and you will see that the United States is listed as the United States of a corporation. And when you look at its status, it's going to say either delinquent or bankrupt or into receivership. So as a national, if you want to be recognized as a human and have divine rights, you have to deal with nationality. If you want to deal with the privileges, meaning they give you privileges, like the same way you would give a privilege is like the way that they look at it is like if you had a dog and then you basically feed the dog, you feed the dog food every day, and then one day you give them a privilege.
Yeah, just want to look at her.
Yeah, and then once you have the privilege, you want to give the dog a privilege. So what you do, instead of giving them meat one day, you give them like a doggy treat. That's a privilege. You know what I'm saying? So that has nothing to do with your divine rights as a human being. You have been given what's called unalienable rights, meaning that you were created in the image of the Most High. Therefore, you come from a celestial genetic inheritance that has been passed down to you through your DNA. That form of inheritance is called an epigenetic transgenerational inheritance. That only somebody that's flesh and blood, a living soul, who believes in the higher realms of society can exist in. That's what a national basically is. It's somebody that cannot be ruled over by any government of man, period. However, you're dealing with people who want to now take the national idea out and make you into a naturalized person. To be naturalized means that you are given the rights and privileges of the original people of the land as if you were them, but you are not them. Therefore, you have to be managed. You understand what I'm saying? So when you hear
Who's the
of
manager?
People, right? So the manager is the trustee, who is the United States government that's got you listed as a slave under it, so that way it can tell you what to do and make money off of you, whether you're dead or alive. A national is somebody that don't have to deal with none of that. That's somebody who understands that they, I self-law and master, is within them. The true government of the world, or the true temple, exists within, so saith the Lord. So you put out certain memorandums and stuff like that that let these people know that they can't tread on your liberty. However,
that's not popular. That's not popping.
No, because the whole idea of nationalism has been co-opted into things like black nationalism or Moorish naturalization, which then is
really
an oxymoron, because there's no way as a Moor you're already born on the square. You're already.
Let's say you're not even talking about being a Moor. What can this be?
What I'm saying for anybody,
like, let's say not a color, you know what I mean?
Like if you're from Jamaica and you want to come here to the United States, they're gonna make you naturalized. You understand what I'm saying? But the Mexicans got the right idea. They flipping it. They're hooking up with Moors, and they're actually getting their status or their national identity related to their ancestral relations to us through the old Moorish Empire. They on it. You know what I'm saying?
What about people from like Israel? Right.
People from Israel. They created a whole fake nation for them. They killed over 600,000 so-called Jews to give them the right to go in there and kill over 700,000 Palestinians for them to set up the illegal state of Israel under Zionism. There's more Jewish people in the world that's against Zionism and against Israel than is for it. Netanyahu came out the other day and was talking about how Hitler wasn't even the one who called for the final solution. The one who called for it was this dude they referred to as the Mufti of Berlin. If you get the DVD that I did called Black Nazis, I get into him and all of that. And the irony in that was that guy was a Khazarian Jew as well. So again, what we're talking about is when you're dealing with a national sense, you're dealing with the truest aspect of your governmental representation as being a representative of the original family of nations, meaning that you come from the original inhabitants that existed in all the free national governments in the world that consolidated themselves as an empire, right? That eventually consolidated itself into a trust known as the United States of America and Congress Assembled. If you want to be a natural, that means you want to be a citizen of the United States, which means that you are the liquid property of Washington, D.C. So that means they can kill you, they can rape you, they can do whatever they want to do to you, and they don't have to worry about no repercussions. The reason why no other world government has come to the aid of the so-called black man and black woman in America is because you can't go to somebody else's country and take their property. And right now, black men and black women in this country are listed as property. Whether you like it or not, whether you don't like me for saying it, it don't matter. You are listed as a piece of property, human capital on the NASDAQ. If you don't own yourself, own your estate, own your free national name, if you do not know what your DNA represents, if you do not know any of these aspects of yourself, they're going to play you the way they play everybody else.
They don't teach anybody this stuff. This is why I don't think, 95% of the population would want to be down with it.
You know what they say, ignorance of the law is no excuse. They don't give a damn about that. They don't care whether you know or you don't know. They don't care. They're going to assume jurisdiction over you until you say that you're not. So when you declare what you are automatically saying what you're not. So the one thing that black people or so-called original people, one thing that original people don't want to deal with is the fact that they have no nationality. You cannot be an African American because that whole identifying idiom was created by an agent named Jesse Jackson and another one named Al Sharpton, both FBI informants and worse. You understand? So if you want to associate yourself with that, cool. But there's no way you can be two continents at the same time, both Africa and America. When we know with nationality, we understand that we already in Africa because the western portion of so-called Africa extended all the way over to California. So again, love and light to you. Nationality is the way to go. Hit me up at houseofbell@hotmail.com. Check out my stuff, my classes on gumroad.com. I'll throw some
annotations on here
and
so people can
check out my website, www.asirthedugateers.com. Support the big homie, support real research. My love to you. Thank you, Queen, for taping this. And again, love and light.